Hello Baki fans, in today's video let's think about what would happen to the series and how would main characters react if Jack Hanma suddenly dies. First of all, I should say that Jack Hanma is my favorite character in the entire series, and I would be pretty sad if such shit happened. But anyway, at the beginning, how could such a badass dude die? And there are a bunch of pretty realistic ways for him to meet his end. For example, knowing his extreme temper in all things that are related to fights, it's easy to imagine that he dies in some battle against a too strong opponent. He could be dead already, but he saved his life by telling him to chill after his second lost battle against Pickle.
Jack, give it up! You know as well as I do. As a fighter, you are all washed up. Do you get it now, Jack? You met his enemies, and he annihilated you. At that point, you were no longer his rival. You were just a meal.
If he returned for the third time, I think Cayman would finally beat him hard enough and as a result would eat him. So losing a fight against someone too strong and not as kind as Pickle could be the first reason for him to die, as he does not know when to stop and his titanium body could finally break. Another reason for his death could be also a fight, but not a fight against someone random, a fight against Yujiro Hanma himself. As I said before, Jack does not know when to stop, but also he sometimes overestimates his possibilities. For example, he was exhausted and hardly damaged after his loss to BAKI at the maximum tournament, but anyway, this retard came to challenge Yujiro. Bruh, what was you thinking about? Just like in Pickle's case, if Yujiro was a bit angrier, he could end him right there. And we all know that Jack is obsessed with the fight against his father, so one day he could challenge the ogre and may not be ready. And as a result die in a fight, if Baki does not stop Yujiro like Emi did during his fight against Baki once. But dying in a fight against Yujiro Hanma, giving him a great fight and damaging Yujiro badly, could be the greatest end for Jack. One more interesting way for Jack to die, and one of the most reasonable. He is a steroid and gym addicted maniac. He used drugs and trains so hard that his body even break once. And it could be another time when his body reached its limits and unlike Saitama, who becomes invincible, Jack will die. Anyway, let's imagine that Jack died. How could the main characters feel about it? First of all, I think Baki will be really sad about it, especially if Jack dies in a fight against Yujiro. Following his defeat at the hands of Baki, Jack became more humble and amicable towards his half-brother, and even if they do not show ordinary brother love, they are close, as we can see when Baki was the only one who was able to stop Jack from taking the third round against Pickle.
So now where do you think you're going? Trust me, I know how bad it hurts, Jack. I feel you. Not just because we're brothers, but because you and I are both born warriors.
So he actually cares about his older bro. I don't think that Baki will give up on martial arts after Jack's death, but he will be really sad for sure. If Jack dies in a fight against Yujiro, giving him a great fight and refusing to give up until his last breath, I'm sure that the ogre will also be really sad about this loss. He will be sad because it turns out he had two worthy sons and one of them died by his hands. If Jack dies by someone else's hand, Yujiro will not be really sad, I think. but for sure will be interested in a fight against that someone and possibly will kill him in a battle. But if Steroid Boy dies from drugs or from overtraining or both, in this case Yujiro will laugh at him and 100% will say that he had a really low percentage of Hanma blood in him.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
What about other characters? Definitely they are all be shocked as Jack was one of the most promising fighters around. If Jack dies in a good fight against Yujiro, he will die like a legend who never gave up until his death. In other cases he won't be a legend, just a guy who spent his whole life to become stronger and as a result even gave his life for strength. What is the best way for Jack to die? In my opinion, definitely in a fight against Yujiro. Jack does not care if he has to sacrifice his own life to achieve his goal, saying that he's always been prepared to die if he gets a body strong enough to defeat his father.
Good food, good drink, women, money, fame and glory. I've given up on all those things. There's only one thing that truly satisfies me! I want to be strong. That's why I abandoned everything else. I was always training, even to the point of incontinence. I pumped so many drugs and roids into myself I nearly died. I wanted to make myself bigger. So I had my bones lengthened, and I got taller. But that cost me unbelievable pain. Everything I've done has been for one purpose, to gain strength. That and that alone is what my whole life has been about. And now here I am. I'm doing pretty good, don't you think?
Even if he won't be able to defeat him, but shows his best and impress Yujiro, maybe even almost killing Yujiro in their fight, I think he will be glad to die in such a way, die in his dream battle. What do you think? Which of the ways for Jack to die could be the best for the plot and for the character? And which one is the best in your opinion? Leave your comments down below. If this video was interesting to you, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more, it will help me a lot. Thank you all for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. Yes, I see you. Bye!